In the last session, we discussed about the discrete time signals and its different types. And in this session, we will see the basic operations on the discrete time signals. So the basic operations we are going to see. The first one is time shifting. So it is mixing with the continuous time signals wherever the discrete time signals will be there. I'll concentrate on that. Time shifting operations on time discrete time signal is represented by x of n minus k. If k is positive, then shift is to be in the right side. If k is negative, the shift is to be on the left side. X of n is given from minus 1 to 2 with the magnitude as 1, 2, 2, 1. So y of n is equal to x of n minus 2. So we inside the bracket, whichever the expression is there, try to equate it to 0. N minus 2 is equal to 0, n is equal to 2. Try to add n is equal to 2 to each and every value of actual signal x of n. So by just adding n is equal to 2, minus 1 is going to be shifted to 1. 2 minus 1, 1. Last one is 2 plus 2 shifted to 4. It's nothing but your signal is delayed. And if x of n plus 2 is nothing but try to equate inside the expression to 0, n plus 2 is equal to 0, n is equal to minus 2. Try to add n is equal to minus 2 to the original signal, n is equal to minus 2. Each and every value is shifted by minus 2. So minus 3 to minus 1. It's nothing but it is advanced by 2 times. The second operation is time reversal. Time reversal of a signal can be obtained by folding the signal about t is equal to 0. Whereas in case of discrete time signal, folding the sequence with respect to n equals to 0. X of n is defined from 0 to 3. And here x of minus n is defined from 0 to minus 3. And a time reversed and delayed signal. The time reversed and delayed signal. So what you need to do first is nothing but you need to just delay the signal first n plus 2. So n is equal to minus 2. So 0 is shifted to minus 2. 0 is shifted to minus 2 to minus 2 to 1. Minus 2 to 1 by just reversing. Minus 2 to 1 is changed to 2 to minus 1. Good. Sketch the following signals. U of minus t plus 1, consider u of t. Consider the unit step signal and try to apply the reversal and then shifting. So step, uh, we'll consider the discrete time signals. X of n is equal to u of n plus 2 minus u of n minus 3. U of n plus 2 is nothing but inside the expression n plus 2 equals to 0, equated to 0, n is equal to minus 2. So instead of starting from 0 to infinity unit step signal, it will start from minus 2 to infinity. And u of n minus 3 inside the expression equated to 0, n minus 3 is equal to 0, so n is equal to 3. Instead of starting from 0, you need to start from n equals to 3 to infinity. Do the subtraction between the two signals. So minus 2 to 2, only u of n plus 2 is defined with magnitude 1 and u of n minus 3 is 0. So you are going to define from minus 2 to 2, magnitude is 1. From 3 onwards, your first signal is defined with the magnitude 1 and the second signal is also defined with the magnitude 1. By subtracting these two, you are going to get the 0. So x of n signal is defined from minus 2 to 2. and here its multiplication will be there. Go through this. And the third one is amplitude scaling. Output signal can be represented. Output signal, your amplitude is going to be scaled by the factor. Amplitude scaling of a discrete time signal can be represented by y of n is equal to a into x of n. If a is equal to 2, your actual signal is different from 0, 1, 2 with the magnitude 1 to 1. If it is multiplied by 2, your y of n is equal to magnitude 2, 4, 2. Time scaling. Mostly the all the operations dealing with time will be somewhat difficult, but if it is dealing with the amplitude, it is easy. Fourth one is time scaling. Consider the signal x of t. So where is discrete time? In the discrete time case, we can write the time scaling as y of n is equal to x of a into n. A is greater than 0 if a is equal to 2. Y of n sequence is shown in figure A is different from minus 3 to 3 if n is equal to if a is equal to 2, y of n is equal to x of 2n. X of 2n is equal to, so consider n is equal to minus 2. So try to equate 2n is equal to equate minus 3. N is equal to minus 3 by 2. It's a fractional value, it is not going to consider. 2n is equal to minus 2. 2n is equal to minus 2, so n is equal to minus 1. Minus 2 is shifted to, because the scaling factor is greater than 1, your signal is going to be shrink by the factor 2. And so by doing the time scaling in the discrete time signal, we are going to lose the information. So y of n is compressed by a factor of 2. The next operation is signal addition. The sum of two discrete time signals can be added, can be obtained by adding their values at every instant of time. Signal addition and subtraction. Try to see the discrete time wherever it is defined. For discrete time signals, the sum of two signals can be obtained by adding the corresponding values with respect to corresponding values of n. X1 of n is with a sequence 1 3 2 1, and x2 of n with a sequence 1 minus 2 3 2. These two sequences are going to start with n equals to 0 itself, because arrow mark is represented with the starting element. By adding the two signals x1 of n plus x2 of n, you are going to add the magnitudes, that is 1 plus 1, 3 minus 2, 2 plus 3, 1 plus 2. You are going to get the magnitude as 2, 1, 5, 3. And signal subtraction, by subtracting the magnitudes, 1 minus 1 0, 3 plus 2 5, 2 minus 3 minus 1, 1 minus 2 minus 1. Next the operation is signal multiplication. Wherever discrete time signal will be defined, we'll see the definition. Signal multiplication, none of the example is given with the discrete time signals, but the signal multiplication, the corresponding values of n, and corresponding values of n, the magnitude values will be multiplied. Thank you. We'll continue with the different discrete time systems in the next class.